Hello and welcome to the Slingshot channel. Today I have something really special to introduce. The world's first commercially manufactured, truly tactical crossbow. The EK Archery Adder. Let me show you its features. As you see, it now has a magazine. I built the prototype for it, and this is actually a 3D printed prototype that will even look nicer in the final version. The tool making has just begun. And you can easily see how many bolts you have in the magazine. You have this nicely anodized red lever that presses down on them. And you can fit up to 6 in them here, but a manufacturer recommends to only do 5, just because to give you an extra safety margin, I guess. It is based on the Cobra platform, but there are significant differences, so there is no upgrade. You cannot buy just a magazine for your Cobra, since the differences are too large. But you can use a lot of the add-ons that you can also use for the Cobra, including the throwing arm. Another difference to the original Cobra R9 is that you have a much nicer red dot. The red dot is actually now made of metal. It's much more cool. It has 3 settings: off, low and high, so you can have an influence on the brightness. It is absolutely rattle free and therefore will give you a lot more precision. You can also see that this is in fact the 130-pound bow. Other than the model that Cold Steel sells in the US under the name Cheap Shot, this has the string stoppers of the RX. And this makes a lot of sense because it dampens vibrations, increases accuracy, and also extends the lifetime of the string. But of course you can easily exchange this against the 90-pound or 110-pound arm for easier cocking and also for less penetration into the target. Makes sense for practice. Other than that, it is of course super easy to cock the weapon. Simply what you do is you move the lever to the front and then snap it in. Then you still have the safety. You can remove it if you don't want to. And then it's ready to be fired. And you can do this until the magazine is empty. You can actually fit in 6 bolts total, but the manufacturer recommends only using 5 shots for an extra safety margin. You actually originally have 2 Picatinny rails, one at the left side and one at the right side. The left side here is already occupied with this little version here. I'm going to show this to you later. But originally it comes with 2 Picatinny rails, one left, one right. So you can attach all kinds of things. It has like an AR-15 style stock that is of course adjustable. Nice. And of course it also has the front handle that you can also exchange, because it's another Picatinny rail. You can exchange against the bipod. Okay, let's do a few shots against the archery mat. This is of course, it's not a sniper weapon. This is a tactical weapon. And so I'm not expecting very tight groups. It's not necessary as long as you hit your target where you want to. Okay. Five shots. I actually have 1 reserve in the magazine because I always load it to the max. Okay, that's good enough for me. Also, I'm not that much of a sharpshooter. It's also fairly cold outside and I got a little bit of a jittering. A tactical crossbow, of course, must be able to also achieve tactical success. Therefore, we're testing it with ballistic gelatin. Of course, we can't just be happy with shooting at the naked gelatin, because this is a serious weapon and not a toy. Therefore, first layer that we're going to put on is this tough window car leather that really simulates human skin pretty much. Okay, next is a t-shirt, even though it's a little bit dusty t-shirt. It's actually a rag from my workshop. And last not least, a piece of an old bathrobe to simulate some kind of an overcoat. Okay, gelatin shot from 10 meters. Switch on the light. Okay, so 2 came a bit high, but 3 of them hit. Let's inspect the damage. Okay, what am I going to say about this? Look at the penetration of these mean tips. Wow, of course, all the clothes and the skin, everything is perforated. There is one more thing that I invented for the weapon, and this is this little piece here. Actually, what is this? This is a holder for a laser and a powerful zoomable flashlight that you can simply clamp in. It's a little adjustable, so it will fit many different products, most of them available for cheap on Amazon. And it actually replaces the original little Picatinny rail on the left side. So you can mount it instead. It has the same mounting holes, but as you see, it can be adjusted so to make up for height. And also there is a spring on this side, so simply by turning in and out of this holding screw, you can change the horizontal direction. So it is very easy to just simply take the laser dot and put it to the same position as the red dot in the sight. So you sight the weapon in using the red dot, and then you simply bring the laser pointer to the same location, and you're all done. And this is how it looks like assembled. As you see, very easy to adjust for the height, and also by simply turning in or out of this screw against the spring tension, you can adjust it. Very easy to switch it on. And even in daylight you can see the benefit of the zoomable light. This is of course very much a feature for night shooting. This is legal in Germany because this laser and light set is not made for firearms, but specifically for this crossbow. Okay, now I switch on the light, and as you can see, there are our balloons, and I can zoom in and out quite easily. And I can of course switch on the laser at any time. And of course you can see the laser even better when I switch off the light. Dann wollen wir mal gucken, ob wir die Ballons treffen. Und wir schießen einfach aus der Hüfte. Warum auch nicht? Das war der erste Streich. Okay. Das war der zweite Streich. Und das war der dritte Streich. Das funktioniert göttlich. If you buy the EK Archery adder at gogun.de in our store, you get this for free, the holder. And then of course you have your own selection of laser pointers and flashlights. You don't have to use zoomable ones, but I recommend them. If you buy it elsewhere, you're probably not going to get it. One of the further differences between the adder and the Cobra is that it's using slightly different bolts. Carbon bolts, of course, but as you see, the tip is entirely different. Let me see if this focuses. Okay, as you see, the tip is really viciously pointy, and also it has 5 little edges, so it's really a bodkin. Very good for penetration. And they actually penetrate so well that I made myself a more blunt version. You can also see the shape really well. I blunted this with a power file so that penetration into the archery mat is not so deep that I always kind of mess up my veins. But as you can see, you can also use 2D broadheads, so you can simply use carbon fiber bolts with 2D broadheads and it will still work fine. A lot of people also want to know if it's possible to shoot the longer 15-inch bolts. Well, of course, obviously they do not fit in the magazine, bit long for it, but you can still fire them, but you of course have to use a trick for this. Let me show you how. First, what you will notice is that this can originally not be cocked when the magazine is empty. So as you see, repeating motion ends here, and that is because there's a clever little hook here at the end of the lever. So you press here. Once you're past the lever, you can easily cock the weapon just as normal. Then you take the 15-inch bolt, put it in, just muzzle load it like normal, like so. Press on the lever and you just loaded a 15-inch bolt. One of the other advantages that I wanted to show you that I love on the Cobra and adder system is that you can completely take it apart to service it without any toolings other than just simply one of the bolts. And I'm going to show you this by simply exchanging the 130 lb tactical bow against a 90 lb practice one. Still dangerous enough, I can tell you. Because first what we do is we remove this little thumb screw here. And now we can easily move the magazine to the front and remove it. Okay, here you can also now clearly see why you cannot upgrade a normal Cobra to a magazine. First of all, as you see, this rail here has these extensions, the hooks for the magazine. Also, part of the body had to be removed to make place for it. And also, of course, as you see, the entire system has been shortened, where the anti-dry fire mechanism is in the original Cobra. This is simply sawn off, so to make room for the arrows from above. And now you can very easily push out this bolt here to remove the entire arm. So simply put it in. Plug it out. Remove the bow and you're done. To install the new bow, just simply take the 90-pound one, put it in, put the bolt back in place and you're done. The same thing, by the way, also works for the rear stock. You can simply remove it and use this thing as a pistol. So how do we install the magazine again? Very simple. Simply put it on like so, push it rearwards, take the screw, tighten it, and we're done. I know that there's this cold steel video where a real expert shows you how quickly he can fire by just manually loading single bolts in. I can't do it because I think that requires a lot of practice. And I am also way too old to be accepted into any army in this world, I believe. But nevertheless, I want to try if I can really shoot and load while lightly running. So just a light trot, not a full sprint, of course. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I will try. It worked, but I'm not going to hit the broadside of my barn very much. So when will it be available? Tooling is in making. This means that it's going to be July or August 2019 until this is available. What will be the price? Well, that is not certain yet. It will be more expensive than the R9 Cobra, of course, because it also comes with all the bells and whistles. But I hope that it will still be affordable. And by the way, should you be at the EVA show in Nuremberg, at the 8th to the 11th of March 2019. Come and visit me at the Po Lang booth on the Saturday and the Sunday at 1 p.m, 1300. I will be there showing this thing off in person. Looking forward meeting you there. So what do I think about the adder from EK Archery Po Lang? I'm absolutely proud that they actually took my little invention for their product and made a new product out of it. And it's not just any product, it's the first truly tactical crossbow that has ever been commercially sold. Because it has a high rate of fire. It has way more than enough power. It is accurate. It is light. It is affordable, hopefully. It will be affordable. You can even use it for night hunting. I think the platform that it's built on is ingenious with the easy cocking function. So, I love it. I love every bit of it. And I hope you do too. And I hope you love this video too. Because that's it for today. Thanks and bye bye.